How may we be of service right now to trigger the awakening right now? Well, there are people in this room who did not step into the bubble with us.
That's true.
Perhaps the legal explanation didn't float your boat.
That's
so
true.
we can now discuss it from a spiritual perspective. Would that be something that you would appreciate?
Yeah.
Most of them actually would. All right. Asha submitted a prayer request. Prayed a prayer more than 11 weeks ago by our time of counting, by one way of counting.
It's true, planet Earth.
More than 40 years ago by Paul's way of counting.
It's true.
More than many millions of years ago by how long it's been in your dimension.
That's true.
Since she prayed this prayer. Here's how far back it is when she prayed this prayer, and it looks kind of like dinosaur times on. That would be the analogy for planet Earth.
Right.
She prayed it in the Paleolithic era.
Right.
Would be the planet Earth analogy. And the prayer remains unanswered. Now, here is Asha's original prayer request. It's on a form. In our time, prayers were submitted. In our time, in the non-physical, prayers were submitted on these pre-printed forms.
That's
I don't
true.
know whether that's still true for you here. But it's a prayer of a pure child, and that form required a lab document that proved that the person submitting the prayer is a pure child. Asha attached 7 certifications from 7 different labs using 7 different tests, and all of them have this little mark that means well exceeds the standards of a pure child. So she is not only a pure child, but she is acknowledged by 7 labs as well exceeding the standards. And in your way of dating, that was in the Paleolithic era, and since then, here's the record. My question to you, holding up this audio-visual exhibit, how many times since then has Asha proven she was not a pure child?
None.
None.
No.
So for eons, she has been proven to be a pure child.
Everyone's agreeing, nodding.
This prayer remains unanswered. Now here is the rule book of prayer, how to handle prayers.
Yeah, they're nodding.
Pure child prayer requests are supposed to be answered immediately, right?
The rules still seem to be the same in their
still
time
the same,
and their place, yeah.
And definitely before you go home at night.
Yeah, they're laughing. Yeah.
So it's been since the Paleolithic era, and the prayer remains unanswered. So our prayer for the rest of us has become answer Asha's prayer. Because if a pure child prayer isn't going to be answered, what chance do I have?
Or me, or any of us. Yeah, they're like furrowing their brows and they're looking at the prayer. The request system is different, but this should be possible. They're saying this should be possible.
Yes. All right.
This is not impossible.
All right. Are you willing to yourself pray and just, so you see how we staple our prayers onto Asha's prayer? So are you willing to staple your prayers onto Asha's prayers? We find that stapling them all together seems to be most effective.
That's true. They're nodding. Yes.
Are you willing to do that and then send it through your system?
Yeah.
And we'll watch and learn what the system is here.
So they're all, it's not the same form.
No, it's a different form.
It's some kind of material.
Can we get a copy of that form?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, just to have one, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It's some other kind of material.
Right, it's like fabric.
It's like fabric. It feels like fabric. Woven.
It does feel woven. Well, that would work better, but we need to maintain the original because it's Paleolithic era.
So they're making theirs, kind of weaving theirs out of the strands, putting them on. In their system, it's like they weave it together and they all put it in a pile, and then it's like it evaporates, kind of.
I
do you see that?
Yes, I do.
It evaporates and goes up.
It's kind of like the Star Trek.
Yeah, like the beam me up, Scotty.
Yes, beam me up, Scotty. Yeah, and I see it reforming up there.
Yeah.
And I see somebody going to get it, like getting something off a fax machine
Right,
or
that's
something.
what it's like.
And walking over, they don't seem upset by it or
No.
anything, walking over. Okay.
It also has that feeling of, well, this feels possible.
Just like, okay.
People answer them differently now or here. It's different here.
It's different here. As long as it's answered fully and effectively, we don't care
That's
how you
true.
go about doing it. But answered for real, not for pretend.
Right. Yeah. They seem to be agreeing, yes.
So that it's tangible.
Yes.
Now there's one more thing that we may have neglected to include in our explanation, and that's that this prayer comes to you from ground zero. Because look way down there, look way down there. You can see us waving up at you. Hi, here we are on ground zero. Right. I know it seems impossible. They're all saying that can't be true.
Yeah.
Yes, we've been told that before, but as you can clearly see, it is in fact true. Didn't you just say that us popping up through the floor was also impossible, and we did it, right? So
That's
here we
true.
are again, right? So yeah, use whatever probes you need to verify for yourself. It's like a dipstick.
Right.
Yes, here we are at ground zero. Hi. So when we say answer Asha's prayer, and her prayer says take it down now, all the way down to the physical, not just here in the non-physical, that's not complete.
Right, it's true.
All the way down to and including the physical dimension.
It's true. No,
I don't hear a lot of argument.
No, everyone seems
Okay.
on board.
All right. Well,
Okay, no.
until 117 is how long we gave the scientific methods or the legal methods.
That's
Do you
true.
want to have that same length of time for this eternal bubble? Take all
Yeah.
the time you need, all the tools you need in order to accomplish this by 117? By this clock?
Yeah.
Fabulous. We'll create an eternal bubble. Everyone step into it who would like to be a part of this process. Take everything you need, all the time you need, lifetimes, eons. And now we close it, and we will check back at 117. Oh, Ulysses is rubbing his hands together. He just looks so excited.
That's true.
Well, we'll find out, Fred. You see, we've been around this corner and around this corner and around this corner, but this could be the time.
Yeah,
This
who
could be
knows?
the time. There's going to be a time that it actually happens.
That's true.
And I am not going to miss it. I am going to be in the front row for that moment. I guarantee you
That's
that. All right, my friend, we'll
Errors.
find out.
Emissions.